Yeah, look, the 1031 exchange.
Let's get the message out there.
Like, I had the benefit of working in the US, like in Canada, but like investing in the US for several years back in my days at Tricon. And we saw the benefit of the 1031 exchange, right? Someone sells you, a piece of real estate. They make, a gain on it. Guess what? If they buy another piece of real estate in the same fiscal year, there's no tax implications.
Yeah.
And so like, what's the benefit of that? One, it clearly motivates people to reinvest, right, in the community, in the state, or in our case, in the province. And I think that's a great thing, right? Because oftentimes, and I'm sure you've heard this, what do I do with the money?
Right.
And I historically have said, like, dude, do whatever you want with the money. It's great. Like, it's not my problem.
Money.
You have money. It's like rich people problems. Like, I don't know what to do with the but it is a real challenge. Like, where do you actually invest it? And as you know, not everyone is sophisticated. A lot of people are not comfortable with the stock market. A lot of people are not comfortable with like other things. They know real estate really well, and they'd happily deploy it back into real estate. But obviously, there's a tax consequence. So I think that's a great tool. Even if it's a short-term tool to help us unlock the freeze that's there today. So I think that is a tool.
I think I just want to add, I think it would be the most amazing thing ever. Not just for transaction volume selfishly, but it would, like, one of my big concerns going through this election and getting hyper-focused on policy is just Canadian competitiveness.
Agreed.
Like, we need a better tax environment. I hear constantly from not only clients, but guys in my office saying, man, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I got to think of a different strategy. Maybe what does Austin look like, and so on. And if you could provide some advantage to even selling some stocks and putting that into a development project or something, just as long as it's in Canada, we can build up, we can solve, you could make it tax-free to reinvest in anything that we truly need. Like, that could be the thing.
Yeah, like that's taking it like one step further. And I think that's amazing. Like the point is, if you invest in Canada, you should be given a break today.
Yeah.
And I think like that is, how that happens, I'm sure is far more complicated. And, I don't know if I have all the answers, and I'm thinking of all the consequences of it. Cause I think like there is nuance to all this, but surely I think we can all get behind a program that allows people to, effectively take the benefits of their hard work that are kind of locked up in assets and redeploy them in other assets that are Canadian assets. I think that's a really great thing. And I think this is the time for it. So that's one policy. And I hope I'm not smarter than Mark Carney. Like the guy's got a resume that's like longer than like a bus. I'm sure he knows about this. Like, I don't think I'm enlightening him with this wisdom that 1031 exchange is a great tool. I'm hopeful that that he has the ability and the confidence to see through. This is not just like a conservative policy, and therefore we should dismiss it. It's a good policy. You should pick it up. And honestly, I commend them on this policy that at least we've heard about a little bit about, related to bringing back this really popular program, for what I understand, from the 60s and 70s. I think it's called the MERB program.
Yeah.
And I think that's it's funny, like, I'm not a student of history. I'm not going to sit here and act like a savant. Or like a really like well-read person. Like, I read a bunch, but like, I talk to vendors all the time. I'm like I have a massive tax problem.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a great thing.
Yeah, right.
It means I'm paying you a boatload of money. And no, it turns out they have a massive tax program because they used this program back in the 60s and 70s, and there's zero depreciated, but like basically it's 100% gain. So the way this program, I think, works at the highest level is, if you invest in a real estate development project, let's just use $100. The project's $100. You're a 10% LP. So there's $100 of development cost. You're 10% LP. You get allocated $10 of cost, and you can use that $10 to write off $10 worth of taxable income anywhere else.
Oh, wow!
Right away.
Oh, let's go. That sounds
so.
Fantastic.
It's basically like
so then that's why they get hit with the tax.
Yeah, they hit with the tax burden down the road, because now it's 100% gain.
Right.
Like, again, I'm using this at the highest level. There's some nuance to it. But so the idea, like, what happens, right? Like, well, there's a bunch of reasons why these doctors and lawyers own all these apartment buildings, because they all said, holy smokes, I got $100,000 of like taxable income. Well, no, I'm going to take $50,000, and I'm going to go with my buddies, 5 buddies. I'm going to take $250,000. I'm going to build a 6-story apartment building,
Mhm.
and I'm going to use the cost of that building to effectively write off 100% of my taxable income.
Mhm.
Now, you're telling me at the end of the day, I'm going to own an asset and I've paid no taxes?
Right.
Oh, but I'm going to get hit when I sell it. I'm never going to sell it. And that's why you guys have a hard time sometimes unlocking some of these sites, because no one wants to sell it. But I think that's a good thing for the market.
And then Pierre comes in.
And then Pierre comes in with the
Yeah,
1031
yeah,
exchange,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there's a way, like, my point is that there's tools out there. And I think we should be brave enough to try them. Like, I can't emphasize enough, like, how dire of a situation it is out there. Like, sometimes, there's a spectrum of like good, bad, and ugly. And I think every developer, every group, every strategy slightly, sits slightly, on a different place of that spectrum. I don't think anyone is saying it's great out there. I think it's a spectrum of how bad is it for you. And so, I fear of the consequences. Like, I'm a relatively young person. I fear about what this, the housing crisis is really going to look like.
Mhm.
Fast forward 10 years, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah.